Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new live stream. This is Tassif here, and I want to know who is here. If you would please introduce yourself as you are joining, that would be great. That way I will be able to greet you by mentioning your name. So please introduce yourself. Gregory is here. Gregory writes, "Sup," meaning what's up. And Gregory, I'm doing well, Gregory. How are you? How are things? My friends, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and stay connected. And if you have been here before, thank you for continuing to watch my live stream. I appreciate that. All right. A viewer writes, "You're late, Tassif." That is absolutely correct. I am late. I apologize. It's been extremely busy the last few weeks. I announced the live streams, like this live stream I announced, I think even like less than half hour before the live stream start time. So I had a tremendously busy day, busy afternoon, busy evening, busy late evening, and as a result, I've just been behind. Okay, I've just been behind. So I apologize for that. Let's see who else is here. Claudia Greenwood. Claudia continues to support this channel. Thank you, Claudia. Great to see you. William Miller is here. William Miller from Virginia. William writes, "Virginia for Trump." Heidi Smith is here. Heidi, good evening. By the way, let me just tell you how busy my last few weeks have been. I try to send out an e-newsletter once every 2 weeks, okay? It used to be once every week, but after I started focusing on my YouTube channel and doing the live streams, I said, okay, maybe once every 15 days, once every 2 weeks, I'll send out an e-newsletter. And then that ended up becoming once a month. And this time I sent out my e-newsletter after 1.5 months. So the last one I sent was at the start of September. And then here we are, like we are past the middle of October. And I sent out my e-newsletter earlier this evening. That's why I fell behind on my live stream a little bit. So anyone who has emailed me, I know my viewers from my YouTube channel, they have emailed me. I've received some emails, so if you've emailed me, you should be included in my e-newsletter list. And if you if you watch my live streams and you sent me an email at some point, you should be getting my e-newsletter because I have updated the list. And if you have not gotten my e-newsletter, look at the junk folder, look at the spam folder. I know sometimes emails, even like genuine emails, will end up in the spam folder, okay, or the junk folder, whatever you call it. Please look for that email, okay? I would appreciate that. Okay, so who else is here? Let's see. I'm going to be discussing, once again, I'm going to be talking about Kamala Harris. Okay, things are not going well for Kamala. I think we all understand that. Kamala Harris is struggling, and that is also something I mentioned in my e-newsletter, my friends. If you have received my e-newsletter, read it. Michelle is here. Michelle writes Trump. Absolutely, Michelle. That's who I support, Donald Trump. That's who Claudia is supporting, Trump. So many people are supporting Trump. William, right, she is looking terrible. Get Back writes, where the people, Tassif? My friends, where are the people? Well, it usually takes a few minutes for the people to start coming in. And then again, when I start the live streams, I never know how many people are going to be watching. Okay? Let's see. So, my friends, the question that I'm asking, which is in the title of this live stream, is why did Kamala Harris skip the Alfred E. Smith Memorial Foundation dinner in New York? My friends, Kamala Harris has skipped a very important event this week, okay? And this is not only this event, I mean, it's also tradition. This event is a tradition. It's more than an event. It's a tradition. It's an event that gets wide media coverage. It's an event that many people pay attention to. And you know the event I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Al Smith dinner. Claudia has a great point. She can't face people. I think that is a very valid point. She can't face people. That is probably what she is going through. She's having a hard time facing people. Kamala Harris. By the way, my friends, please like this video. Like you see Connor, a viewer named Connor just said something not so kind about me. And I understand, my friends, there are many people on this channel who probably want my channel to be gone, who probably want me to not speak the way I speak. Okay, there are many people on this channel who oppose freedom of speech, who oppose the freedom of expression. And the only way this channel, and how do you do that? And hitting the thumbs up. So please like this video, hit the thumbs up, support this channel, subscribe if you have not done so already. Okay. All right. Okay. So this was the 79th Alfred E. Smith Memorial Foundation dinner, and it took place on Thursday evening. It's still Thursday. As I'm speaking, this is Thursday, October 17th of 2024. And this is a historic fundraiser. It's a Catholic fundraiser. And what's very notable is that this is a bipartisan event. This event, the Al Smith Dinner, as it's called, it brings together many political figures from across the aisle. Democrats, Republicans, they all attend this Al Smith dinner. So it's a bipartisan event. And during a presidential year, the presidential candidates, the major party candidates, they speak and they roast and they mock each other. Okay? I mean, this is fun. This is the fun part. People enjoy, people engage in a lot of humor at this event during a presidential year. So remember 2016? Remember 2016? So the Al Smith dinner, it takes place in New York. And Democratic and Republican presidential candidates, they attend and they speak and they engage in humor. They make fun of each other, they joke, and people are usually in very good mood. Okay? There are lots of jokes, but everyone laughs. You know, let's say you're a major party candidate making fun of someone. Even the person who's being made fun of, even that person will laugh. I mean, that's the kind of environment that you see at this event. Crystal likes, I like his suit. You like this, Crystal? Are you talking about the coat I'm wearing? Thank you. It's not a suit, but Get Back wrote it's not a suit. Yeah, it's not a suit, but If you like my coat, thank you. I appreciate it. A viewer writes, why are you on here every night? Well, since you know that I'm on here every night, that means you probably watch my live streams every night. I just want to thank you for that. Okay. Crystal writes, yes, your jacket. Thank you, Crystal. Okay. Yeah, it's a very nice coat. I like it. It's very comfortable. It's actually pretty lightweight material, so you can wear it in the summer when it's really hot and sunny outside, and it's still fine. All right. There are some messages here. Let me see. Okay. No, this is not from Macy's. Actually, this is from Lord & Taylor. It's from Lord & Taylor. It's not from Macy's. Okay, my friends. Let me continue. As I was saying, major presidential candidates attend and speak at this event. But Kamala Harris decided to skip the event. And, there are questions why. Why did she decide to skip this event? It's a major event. And there's a lot of attention that people pay. People pay a lot of attention to this dinner, and Kamala decided to skip it. The question is, why? Heidi Smith is here. Heidi, you remember the 2016 event, right? That was great. As Heidi says, it was great. Hillary and Donald, they had some great jokes. All right. Let's see. Eric writes, talk about that Fox News interview with Kamala. Eric, I did talk about that interview. I talked about that interview. If you watch my live stream from yesterday, you'll see that was the topic of discussion. That was the topic of discussion. And so if you want to hear my discussion about that, go watch the previous live stream. Okay, Jacob has some question. How are you going to get rich? Jacob, what do you exactly mean? Who said, who's that question addressed to? That's addressed to me. You're asking me, how are you going to get rich? Did I ever say I'm trying to get rich? I mean, people make so many assumptions here. It is unbelievable how many assumptions people make. Assumptions after assumptions after assumptions. Instead of asking Tassif, are you trying to get rich? I mean, you could have asked that question. Tassif, are you trying to get rich? Instead of that, you asked, how are you going to get rich? Like, you kind of assumed that I'm trying to get rich. I mean, so many assumptions. Like when people say, go back to India. Like rather than asking, are you from India? Are you from Pakistan? Are you from Bangladesh? Are you from, some other country? Rather than asking where I'm from, people make assumptions and they say, go back to this country, go back to that country. So many assumptions after assumptions after assumptions. And many assumptions wrong. Wrong assumptions, okay? So anyway, I'm going to continue. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. There are negative forces that are trying to disrupt this channel. And the only way we counter that is by liking, is by subscribing. So please do that. Like, subscribe, support this channel, my friends. Kamala Harris decided to skip the event. And I'm going to share with you some interesting information because I didn't get to watch the whole event. I didn't, I watched it on YouTube. I didn't watch the entire dinner. I didn't watch all the speeches and the remarks, but I watched Donald Trump's portion because Donald Trump was there in person. The Republican nominee for president, Donald Trump, was there in 2016 when he was running against Hillary. I watched that, and he was there in 2024. Okay. And here's something very interesting that I should note. Okay. Do you know when was the last time that a major party presidential candidate decided to skip the Al Smith dinner? Any idea? Any idea? See, the numbers are going up, the number of viewers going up. Okay? We're 15 minutes into the live stream, and the numbers are going up. More and more people are joining. I thank each and every one of you who's here. Don't forget to like this video and tell me the answer. When was the last time a major party presidential candidate decided to skip the Al Smith dinner? Any idea? I'm going to give you the answer, but I want to see if you know the answer. A major party presidential candidate skipped the Al Smith dinner. Gregory is writing Mondale. Galen is writing Mondale. Exactly. Walter Mondale. Walter Mondale, who was running for president, he skipped the Al Smith dinner, and that was, do you know what year it was? Now tell me the year. What year was it? 1984. A viewer writes, are you pro-life, Tosif Anam? I'm genuinely asking. Oh, yes. I am pro-life. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, 1984. That was the year when Walter Mondale decided to skip the Al Smith dinner. And guess what happened in 1984? Did Walter Mondale win the election? I don't remember a President Mondale. Do you remember a President Mondale? I don't. Did the United States ever have a President Walter Mondale? No, right? Walter Mondale did not win the presidency. Max writes, you're mispronouncing his name. Okay, I may be mispronouncing a few names. That's not an issue. That is not an issue. Trust me, people mispronounce my name all the time. So I'm saying Walter Mondale. If I'm mispronouncing, that's okay. That's okay. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. And so, Walter Mondale, okay, lost that year. He won one state, 1984. How many states did he win? One state, Minnesota. And Trump mentioned that. Trump mentioned that during his speech at the Al Smith dinner. I'm going to have to look up the Electoral College map for that year. I really have to do it. 1984 electoral map. 1984. Ronald Reagan, you know how many Electoral College votes Ronald Reagan got? 525 Electoral College votes. 525. That's how many Electoral College votes Ronald Reagan got. And his opponent, Walter Mondale, got 13. Just one state, Minnesota. Just one state. And so in 1984, Walter Mondale skipped the Al Smith dinner. He lost that election miserably. Miserably, he lost that election. Reagan won. Massive victory for Ronald Reagan that year. And Donald Trump mentioned that during his speech at the dinner. He mentioned Walter Mondale and said that it didn't go well for him that year. So perhaps what this suggests is Kamala Harris will also lose the 2024 presidential election. Kamala Harris is probably going to end up with the kind of election loss, maybe not the exact same numbers, but she's also going to lose like Walter Mondale did. Andre writes, how are you, brother? I'm doing great. With your support, your words of encouragement, I'm doing great. Somebody was asking, like, why do you do this every night? Something like that, right? Simon is here. Hello, Simon. Thank you for being here. Simon from South Africa. Did I remember that correctly, Simon? You are from South Africa, Simon, right? By the way, I was looking at some of the statistics for this channel, and in the last month, people from all 50 states, all 50 American states, tuned in for my live stream. Watch my videos, watch my live stream. People from all 50 states in the United States, and that's not, keeping aside all those who watch from other countries. So thank you so very much. People, I was asking, I think a few days ago, I asked a question, hey, is anyone watching from Alaska? Is anyone watching from Alaska? And I think during, if I remember correctly, no one mentioned that in the live chat about being from Alaska. But I did see in the statistics for my channel, because obviously YouTube provides statistics about where people are watching the videos from and so on and so forth. I don't do a lot of research, but YouTube does provide a lot of statistics in the creator dashboard. And I saw one thing that I wanted to find out, like, okay, what states are people watching my live streams from? And yes, people from Alaska are also watching. Okay, so just wanted to mention that for those who remember the question that I asked, hey, anyone watching from Alaska? By the way, 17 likes so far. What's going on, my friends? Let's get it up to 50. Let's get it up to 50. So Simon writes, Simon says from 2024. That is so wonderful. Crystal is from Nebraska. Hello, Crystal. From Nebraska. People are saying, I need a moderator. I don't. Not at this time. Not at this time. But just, you can block on your end anyone who you think is disruptive, okay? I am going to continue. 1984, Walter Mondale skipped the Al Smith dinner. He lost that year. He only won 13 electoral college votes. And Ronald Reagan got 525. That is so wonderful. And that's why, my friends, it seems that this may be foreshadowing a Kamala Harris defeat, a massive defeat in the 2024 election. She'll probably lose very big this year. I think she's going to lose. Now, let's be serious, okay? No, I am serious when I say she's going to lose, but I'm going to come to a point because, Al Smith dinner, lots of jokes, people make jokes, lots of humor. But on a serious note, I want to mention that Trump said that it is disrespectful that Kamala did not show up at the event. It really is disrespectful that Kamala was absent. Kamala didn't show up. It is disrespectful that Kamala did not participate in that event. You know what she did? Do you know what she did? Do you know what Kamala did? She didn't show up at the Al Smith dinner, but there's something that she did. Do you know what it is? Have you watched the program? Do you know what decision she made? She participated in some fashion, but she was physically not present. Do you know what she did? She sent a video. She sent a video message. Can you believe that? She sent a video message rather than showing up at the Al Smith dinner. Presidential candidates do not miss this dinner. As I said last time, Walter Mondale missed it, he skipped it, and he lost. She sent a video message. I mean, who cares about a video message? Do you think the people attending that dinner, they care about a video message? There are so many people. I mean, that room was full of high-profile political figures. You know, Michael Bloomberg was there. Governor Kathy Hochul was there. Speaker Mike Johnson was there. Senator Chuck Schumer, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, they were all there. And there were many other people. Bill de Blasio was there. Mayor Eric Adams was there. And these are just some names that I'm aware of. There were many people in that room. And so how could Kamala Harris skip? How could Kamala Harris skip that dinner? So it was quite disrespectful that she didn't show up. And Donald Trump actually had a very funny joke. He said, Kamala Harris is out hunting with her running mate, Tim Walz. And people laughed when he said that. People laughed. I mean, if you have not watched Donald Trump's speech, I mean, you got to watch it. Even if you don't want to watch the whole event, you have to watch Donald Trump's portion. When he was up, standing in front of the podium, when he was speaking, you have to watch that. By the way, Trump greeted a lot of people at the start of his speech. I mentioned Speaker Mike Johnson. Trump greeted Mike Johnson. He mentioned Mike Johnson's name. And then he also mentioned Chuck Schumer's name. Chuck Schumer was right there. So if you're looking at the TV screen and you see Donald Trump standing there, then as you are looking at the screen, if you look to your right, you would see Chuck Schumer. So as Donald Trump is standing at the dais, at the podium, Chuck Schumer is on his left. And so if you're watching on TV, Chuck Schumer is on the right. Chuck Schumer was there. Senator Gillibrand was there. Donald Trump also greeted Mayor Eric Adams, which was quite interesting. Quite interesting. He also greeted Governor Kathy Hochul. Jonathan writes, Amy Schumer, no, Chuck Schumer. Lots of comments pouring in, my friends. You see the speed of all the comments moving in the live chat window? I wish the number of likes would go up at that same speed. Then that would be lots of likes. 32 likes so far. I know it can go up. I know it can go up further. 33. How about get to 50? Help me get to 50. So Trump greeted a lot of people, and really, it was interesting to see Donald Trump greeting all these New York Democrats. Of course, Trump is a gentleman, and he was very nice with people. So it was nice to see this bipartisan environment at the Al Smith dinner. Okay. Now, we know that Trump is naturally a humorous person. He had lots of jokes during his speech. Trump mentioned that Biden is having second thoughts. I mean, do you think Biden is having second thoughts? Okay, let us make that the poll question. Shall we do it? Hold on. Do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? See, I came up with a question right here on the spot. Do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? Yes or no? I start the poll. Let's vote. Who's going to be the first person to vote? Let's see. Yes. All right, 6 votes. Wow, this is moving fast. 6 votes already. 28 votes, 30 votes, 31 votes. This is the speed, my friends, that we need. More engagement, more participation. Share your thoughts. Write your comments in the live chat window and also participate in the poll that I'm conducting. The question is, do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? It is a valid question. And if you are a Democrat, I want to hear from you. If you are a Republican, I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts. If you are an independent, undecided voter, I want to hear from you. Do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? Yes or no? So far, 57 votes. I mean, it has been not even 2 minutes, since I started the poll, and 58 votes already. Because it is a valid question, and I want to see what you have to say. Do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? Do you think when Joe Biden is sitting inside the White House, okay, maybe he's sleepy, maybe he's craving ice cream, maybe he's just sitting there talking to Jill Biden, whatever he's doing, maybe he's just watching TV. I don't know what he's doing in the White House. But let's say Joe Biden, it's an evening in the White House and Joe Biden's sitting there, okay, most likely having ice cream, right? I mean, let's assume he's having ice cream. He's having ice cream, watching TV. Does he regret dropping out of the presidential race? Does he ever say to himself, hey, I should not have dropped out. I should have just continued running in spite of all the opposition from fellow Democrats? Do you think Joe Biden thinks that he should just have continued? Elix is here. Elix, it seems Elix doesn't like anything that I say. Elix is saying, move on, move on, move on. Elix, please. This is not a marathon, Elix. There is no time limit. I am free to use the amount of time that I need for these live streams. My live streams, Elix, I'm talking to you. My live streams are long. We are 33 minutes into the live stream. It may go beyond an hour. It may go beyond 90 minutes. It may go beyond 2 hours. I don't know. I don't know how long this is going to be. My live streams have also been more than 3 hours long. You know that, if you have been watching my videos. So Elix, I am not in a hurry. I am not in a rush. This is 11:39 p.m. in the Central Time Zone. I don't have an appointment to get to. So I'm going to take my time, Elix. Relax. Hang out here with us. I know, Elix, you don't like my viewpoints, but just hang out here. Have a great time. Okay? So just relax. Take a deep breath. Okay? Take a deep breath. It does help. If you're feeling rushed, if you're feeling like, oh, we gotta move forward, gotta go. If you don't like the fact that, I'm going slow, that I'm not moving forward like a marathon. I mean, I don't have a 1 hour time limit. Trust me. This is not a show on TV. On TV, they have a time limit, and the producer's gonna give prompts and try to push the anchor or the show host to get to the point. For me, I can hover. I can linger. I can hang out here for as long as I want, Elix. I have nowhere to get to at midnight. Okay? So, Elix, this is for you. This is for you, Elix. I think Elix supports Kamala. Elix, you support Kamala? Kamala Harris? Is that who you support, Elix? Elix, I hope that you'll realize the truth, that the right candidate for the job is Donald Trump, Elix. All right. Let's see. Manisha Pandit writes, hello, Bahia. I can't. Does that mean Bhaiya? Are you trying to write Bhaiya, which means brother in Bengali? By the way, it's interesting that there are viewers here in the live chat who try to communicate in foreign language, foreign for a lot of people, but Bengali is my first language, and I also understand Hindi. I also understand Urdu. So if people write Hindi or Urdu or Bengali comments, I can read and understand what they're trying to say. So Manisha Pandit, if you have specific comments or questions, let me know. T-Man is here. T-Man writes, T-Man X is in the house. Please, no nonsense. T-Man, please, only relevant comments. Let's see. Jim is here. Jim from Chicago, right, Jim? Jim from Chicago. If I remember correctly, Jim. All right. Joy writes Trump 2024. That's my favorite comment. You can write that all day. Amanda is here. Amanda, thank you so very much. Wow, 37 minutes into the live stream. I am at 49 likes. Hey, help me get to 100, my friends. It's possible. Michael Brown is here. Thank you, Michael Brown, for being here, for supporting this channel. Michael Brown writes, yeah, Michael Brown, you are correct. That's what I was talking about. Trump said that Kamala and Tim Walz are out hunting. That's what I was saying, Michael Brown. Okay, so Trump mentioned that Biden is having second thoughts. Quite natural. It is quite natural. Quite natural. I think Biden really wants to come back, as Trump mentioned. Biden is like, I should not have dropped out. I should have stayed in the race. Look what Kamala is doing. Everyone pushed me out of the race. They were thinking she's going to be a better candidate, but she is an absolutely bad, poor, failed candidate. And I think Biden wants to come back. I think all those people who pushed Biden out of the race, and those were Democrats. The Democrat elites pushed Biden out of the race. They applied so much pressure on Joe Biden that Joe Biden just had to give up. He couldn't resist. He couldn't fight. He couldn't do what he wanted to do, which is continue running for re-election. But now people are realizing what an absolute disaster Kamala's campaign is. What an absolute disaster Kamala's campaign is. I mean, can you believe that Kamala did not show up for the Al Smith dinner in New York? New York, people say historically it's a blue state, and Donald Trump already had 2 events in New York, 2 rallies. Then he showed up for the Al Smith dinner. He spoke at the Al Smith dinner. And Trump is also going to do another major rally at Madison Square Garden. This is a blue state we are talking about. And Trump is spending so much time in a blue state. And Kamala Harris doesn't even bother showing up for the Al Smith dinner. And instead, what does she do? She sends an absolutely ridiculous video. Absolutely ridiculous video. You got to watch that video. There was somebody else who appeared on the video with Kamala Harris, and that person on video did some strange stuff. I don't even want to describe. I don't even want to describe some of the actions that the other person who appeared alongside Kamala Harris, what that person did on video. Some strange stuff, even involving armpits. Okay, that's as far as I'm gonna go. Just look at that video. Okay, it is absolutely nonsense. Okay, nonsense video. Nonsense. Okay, did anyone watch that? Did anyone watch that video? Claudia, did you watch it, Claudia? Claudia, you gotta watch that video. Okay, it's short and it's absolutely ridiculous. There is no humor. You know, it would have been one thing if let's say Kamala Harris would have spent 5 minutes mentioning some jokes and being funny. That would have at least added, first of all, a video is not acceptable for an Al Smith dinner. Okay, you either show up, yes, you show up, and if you don't, just don't send a video. Just don't send a video. It's not respectful. But she sent a video, and that video was such a low quality video. I didn't even understand what the humor was. There was supposed to be some humor in that video, and trust me, I did not understand. That woman who appeared next to Kamala in that video, what was that person trying to do? The actions were not funny. It was strange. It was weird. You gotta watch it. Okay, you gotta watch it. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Kamala Harris is such a failure that she does not have even the slightest sense of humor. I mean, she obviously does laugh, and her laughter is something that we can talk about for 1 hour. If you want to discuss her laughter, like the secret behind Kamala's laughter, why does she laugh in the way that she does? Why does she make the kind of strange sound that she does when she laughs? I'm sure that we can have an interdisciplinary committee. We can form a committee of psychiatrists and doctors and political analysts. Just bring people, psychologists and others. Okay. Body language experts. So you get the medical professionals, you get body language experts, you get historians, you get other people, political analysts, you get them and form a committee and give them a task to analyze the secret of Kamala Harris's laughter. Why does she laugh the way she does? And why does she laugh in that manner, in that awkward manner, at very inappropriate times? I'm not going to give specific examples, but there are examples out there that Kamala Harris laughed at moments when she shouldn't have laughed. And she laughed in that fashion. Like, I'm not going to try to imitate that laughter, but I know there are people out there who can imitate that laughter. So anyways, as I was saying, Kamala Harris laughs in a very weird, strange, awkward manner. And we need an interdisciplinary committee of experts to figure out the secret of Kamala's laughter. But right now, what I'm telling you is that she may have a strange laughter, but she has no sense of humor, real humor. She doesn't have a sense of humor. Donald Trump has a sense of humor. He definitely does. There are other people who have sense of humor, good sense of healthy sense of humor. Humor is a good thing. Humor is healthy. When Trump was speaking at the Al Smith dinner, Trump, was humorous. He made jokes. He made fun of people, but everyone laughed. And even the people that he made fun of, even they laughed. Okay? And so that's healthy humor. And humor can bring people together. Like I said, at the Al Smith dinner, right next to Trump was Chuck Schumer. And obviously they are rivals. We know that. We know when Trump was the president, Chuck Schumer tried his best to create barriers so that Trump cannot accomplish his agenda when he was the president. We know that. So Donald Trump and Chuck Schumer, they are not friends. When you look at politics, they are rivals, definitely. We know that. If you analyze history, if you look at Chuck Schumer's actions and Donald Trump's actions, and the interactions between them and the tension between the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, we know that Chuck Schumer and Donald Trump, politically, they are worlds apart. But still, at the Al Smith dinner, they could sit next to each other and still, have a conversation. Trump could crack jokes and Chuck Schumer would laugh. So humor brings people together. We know that. But that video that Kamala Harris sent, absolute strange video. It was not funny. It was not humorous. Wow. 190 votes in 16 minutes. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. The question is, do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? 63% of the people said yes. Yes, he does regret. I'm going to keep the poll open so that you can continue voting. And if you have not subscribed yet, my friends, I strongly encourage you to subscribe, because that's how you can support this channel. 69 likes already. Help me get to 100. Lots of comments coming in. Okay. Hold on. I'm looking at the comment section. Okay, I'm going to put a few users in timeout. Okay? I'm going to put some users in timeout. Okay, I put 2 users in timeout. Let's see. Anyone who writes the same ridiculous comment over and over again is going to go for timeout. And some of the viewers, you can see that they write like comments this big, and it's just the same comment over and over again. Swaggy, thank you so much for your vote of confidence. Swaggy writes, toss it for president 2028. Thank you, Swaggy. I love it. Thank you. Okay, I think the environment in the live chat window has improved quite a bit after I blocked those two viewers. Elix is writing, are you afraid of debating? Elix, I'm not afraid of debating. Do you know that I used to participate in extempore speech and debate competitions in school? Do you know that? I am trained in parliamentary debate. So I am not afraid of debating. Okay? All right, my friends. So Donald Trump, he said that Biden is having second thoughts. And I truly believe that Biden is having second thoughts. He regrets making the decision that he made, and he obviously didn't make it, 100% by himself. There was so much of pressure. This is where we see how powerful the Democratic Party machine can be. And the Democratic Party machine can be quite unforgiving. They can apply so much of pressure. The DNC, the Democrat Party machine, look at what they did. They put so much of pressure on their incumbent president, Joe Biden, that Joe Biden had no other option. He had to drop out. He had to drop out. I even remember, a point where Joe Biden said that he's staying in the race. That was his intention. But then he had no other option, because even like the Hollywood celebrities, even they started withdrawing their support from Joe Biden. So he had no other option. He had to drop out. And now, when Kamala Harris, her poll numbers are going down, spiraling down, going downhill, Joe Biden feels like, he wants to come back. So Trump mentioned that. that Biden is having second thought. He wants to come back. And Trump said that Kamala's poll numbers, if Kamala's poll numbers get any worse, Biden's going to come back. But, I don't think that's possible at this point, because people are already voting. Absentee ballots have gone out. And so, the Democrats are stuck with Kamala and Tim Walz. There's no way to bring back Joe Biden anymore. And even if they somehow magically bring back Joe Biden, if they find a magical lamp and they rub the lamp and a genie comes out and says, hey, what do you want? I'm going to grant your wish. And the Democrats say, oh, we want Joe Biden back on the ballot. Let's get Kamala out of the race. Let's put Joe Biden back on the ballot. Even if they somehow succeed in doing that, Joe Biden's not going to win. But in the case of Kamala is going to lose in a very major fashion. It's not going to be a small defeat. It's not going to be, a very close electoral college number. Kamala Harris is going to lose big. It's going to be a loss of a big magnitude. Do you agree with me? I mean, I know I'm saying this, but maybe people out there don't agree with me or do agree with me. Do you agree with me? Okay, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you agree that Kamala will face major defeat in the election? Do you agree that Kamala will face major defeat in the election? Let me know. Matthew Miller writes, I agree with you. Claudia Greenwood writes, yes. Jess writes, I agree. One Texas Minor writes, yes. Michael Brown writes, agreed. Barbara writes, agreed. Thomas writes, yes. Dingo writes, yes, a major defeat. Kilo writes, yes. Marshall writes, 1,000% agree. So Marshall doesn't agree with me 100%. Marshall agrees with me 1,000%. Okay? What's better than 100%? 1,000%. 1,000% is way better than 100%. So Marshall says 1,000% agree. That is great. That is great. Capitan writes, Trump 2024. Swaggy writes, yes. Matthew writes, landslide. Landslide, that's the key word. Trump is going to win in a landslide. It's going to be such a major victory for Donald J. Trump. Trump's going to win big. That is true. And now many Democrats, it's not just Joe Biden having second thoughts, many Democrats probably want Biden back on the ballot. But it's too late. It is too late. The train has left the station. The ship has left the dock. All right? The ship has left the port. So there's no way to put Biden back on the ballot. And so the Democrats are going to have to live with the decision that they made when they applied pressure on Joe Biden to drop out of the presidential race. But like I said, doesn't matter who's on the ballot. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris does not matter, because the person who is going to win, the person who is going to get the electoral college votes needed to be the president, the person who is going to be the commander-in-chief, the person who is going to get sworn into office as the president in January of 2025, the person who is going to be in the White House as the president starting in January 2025, the person who is going to lead our country starting January 2025, that person, my friends, do you know the name of that person? That person, who is that person? Claudia, do you know the answer, Claudia? Trump 2024. Absolutely. Swaggy writes Trump. Thank you so very much. Sandy writes Trump 2024. Dingo writes Trump. One Texas Miner writes Donald John Trump. People know the answer. It's quite obvious. Gerlina writes MAGA. Make America great again. Make America great again. 223 viewers watching. With your support, I am able to reach more people. I am able to grow the size of this community. It's a teamwork, my friends. Like this video. Let's reach more people. Let's grow this community. And let's include, let's reach out to, let's find, and let's include more freedom-loving people. Let's make them a part of this community that we have. And we can do that if you hit the like button, if you subscribe. All right. My friends, help me reach more people. You know what? If I get 31 more subscriptions, I will reach 5,800 subscriber mark. Just 31 more. You can help me get there. You can. More than 5,200 people have watched this live stream so far. It has not been an hour yet. Somebody is looking for the dislike button. Anytime someone says dislike, you gotta like it even more. Like. By the way, my friends, Biden wants to come back. He wants to come back. Trump made fun of Kamala's laughter. I already mentioned Kamala's laughter. Trump made fun of her laughter. Trump said, "I'd really hoped that you would come because we can't get enough of hearing her beautiful laugh." Trump had a series of jokes. I mean, trust me, you got to watch that speech. If I try to summarize it, I will not be able to do that. I cannot summarize that speech that Trump gave at the Al Smith dinner. So you have to watch it. Look it up. It's available on the internet. You are on YouTube already, right? You're watching my live stream, so you are on YouTube. I don't want you to leave now. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Stay here, stay here, stay here. But after this live stream is over, watch that video. Watch the video of Donald Trump speaking at the Al Smith dinner. Okay? You're going to like it. Trust me, you are going to like it. So when you watch the video, when you see Trump speaking, just look at Chuck Schumer. I've mentioned Chuck Schumer already. I'm going to talk about him again. When Trump is speaking, the one thing you have to do is watch what Chuck Schumer does. Look at his facial expressions. He was right next to Donald Trump as Trump stood there and spoke. So you got to look at Senator Chuck Schumer's facial expressions as Donald Trump spoke, okay? And Trump also mentioned Chuck Schumer a few times. It was quite funny. It was quite funny. You have to look at it. By the way, it was really, really very interesting when Trump spoke about Bill de Blasio. He said Bill de Blasio is the worst mayor of New York. And he said it's not a joke, but a fact. Okay, Trump believes in facts. Obviously, there were lots of jokes mentioned at the event, lots of humor. But when Trump said that Bill de Blasio is the worst mayor, he was not joking. And he made that very clear. He said it's not a joke. It's a fact. It's a fact. Okay? By the way, do you agree? Do you agree that Bill de Blasio is the absolute worst mayor of New York? Who do you think is the worst mayor of New York? Let me ask you. Who do you think is the worst mayor of New York City? Who do you think is the worst mayor of New York City? I want to hear your thoughts on this. Archer writes you. A viewer named Archer is writing you, meaning me. Archer is saying that I'm the worst mayor of New York. When was I the mayor of New York? How did I not know that? I never, to the best of my knowledge, as far as I am aware, I never served as the mayor of New York. Okay? If I was the mayor of New York would be a much better place than what it is now. Okay? So somebody said I'm the mayor of New York and I'm the worst mayor. By the way, Angie Mitchell is here. Angie, so good to see that you're back. Thank you for being here. I don't know what people are doing when someone says, when I ask the question, who do you think is the worst mayor of New York? And someone writes you, like me, really? I live in Wisconsin. How can I be the mayor of New York? But if I ever was the mayor of New York, what would the priorities be? I would end sanctuary city. I would say New York's never going to be a sanctuary city. Remove that label. Okay? I would prioritize public safety. I would back the blue. I would support the New York Police Department. I would make sure that the roads are clean. I would address the homelessness problem in New York. I would try to make New York a more affordable place to live and work. I would try to address the housing issue so that rent can become more affordable in New York. Those would be my priorities. But I never served as the mayor of New York, and I will never be the mayor of New York because I live in Wisconsin. Cat writes, actually, New York was safer when Rudy was in office. People love Rudy Giuliani. I have his book right here. The name of the book is Leadership. I read it a while back, years ago. Okay? Rudy Giuliani. People miss Rudy Giuliani. Let's see some comments. Yeah, people are writing Rudy was a good mayor. Yeah, Rudy was good. Rudy Giuliani. Sassy writes Trump 2024. Thank you. So I just asked a simple question. Who do you think is the worst mayor of New York? And somebody wrote to you. I mean, really, that's the kind of ridiculous comment that you make like me. No, I'm not the mayor of New York, okay? All right. As I was saying, Trump said that Bill de Blasio is the worst mayor of New York, and I think people agree. Heidi writes, New York wants Giuliani back. Yes, Giuliani would be great. Reportedly, Cardinal Timothy Dolan is upset that Kamala Harris skipped the dinner. Cardinal Dolan is upset. Cardinal Dolan said that the nature of the evening is to bring people together. That is so true. The nature of the evening, the nature of that event is to bring people together. There's a lot of division. There are political rivalry. You know, things are getting intense, but that one evening at the Al Smith dinner, the goal is to bring people together. Regardless of political affiliations, regardless of how intense the political rivalry may be, the goal is to bring people together. Cardinal Dolan said, the nature of the evening is civility, patriotism, humor. Wonderful words, right? Absolutely wonderful words. The nature of the evening is civility, patriotism, and humor. He said it's not a campaign speech, it's not a campaign stop. And sadly, Kamala Harris was not there. She did not participate. Being a major party candidate, not just a candidate, she is the incumbent vice president, and she was not there. Did not attend. So Cardinal Dolan said that this year it would be imbalanced because of Kamala Harris's absence. The Republican nominee for president, Donald J. Trump, was present and he spoke at the Al Smith dinner, but the Democratic vice president and the Democratic nominee for president was not there, and hence the imbalance. Now, I am not sure why Kamala Harris skipped the event. That's the question that I am asking. Why did Kamala Harris skip the Alfred E. Smith Memorial Foundation dinner in New York? Do you have any idea? Do you know why she skipped that? I want to hear from you. 355 votes in for my poll in 39 minutes. That is awesome. The question is, do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? 357 votes in, 59% said yes. Joe Biden does regret. People understand that. People understand the frustration that Joe Biden has, the regret that he has. His dream of being re-elected has been shattered, although we know that he would not have been re-elected because Trump would win. But still, Joe Biden was thinking, oh, I'm going to be re-elected. Not anymore, because he dropped out. Let's see some comments here. I'm going to have to put some user in timeout, I think. Okay. So a viewer named Eric wrote, attention seeker. Okay? Who are you referring to, Eric, when you say attention seeker? Who are you referring to? Are you referring to me? Are you saying that I seek attention? Or are you talking about somebody else? Are you talking about somebody else, Eric? When you write attention seeker? Eric, I'm waiting to hear from you because I have more things to say. Eric, where are you? I don't see. By the way, what I wanted to point out, Eric, you wrote, I'm an attention seeker. Eric, the spelling of seeker is wrong. You wrote S-E-A-K-E-R. If you are trying to write attention seeker, the spelling of seeker is S-E-E-K-E-R. It's S-E-E-K-E-R. It's not S-E-A. Eric, you got the spelling wrong. And you can listen. You got the spelling wrong. So I just yeah, bad spelling, Eric. What can I say? What can I say? By the way, hold on. If you need to look up words, you can use this. Okay? It's not a dictionary, but you can look some words up. I also have a dictionary here. I have the old school stuff. You know, I've got the dictionary. I've got this. I've got more. I mean, I'm an English literature guy. I have lots of materials here. So Eric, you got the spelling wrong. You wrote S-E-A-K-E-R. Okay. I think nowadays it's actually pretty easy because when you write stuff, especially in a word processing document, it gives you spell check. So mistakes shouldn't be happening, right? Mistakes shouldn't be happening. Eric writes, I'm French. I do my best. Okay, you're French. Are you tuning in from France? Is that where you're tuning in from, Eric? You know, I ask a question, then I have to wait for the answer. Oh, you're from Maine. So you are in the United States. You are in Maine. So why are you getting the spellings wrong? Like the spelling, I should, singular. You got the spelling wrong. By the way, why did you say I'm an attention seeker? I'm not. Do I look like I'm seeking attention? You know how people seek attention? All right. If I was seeking attention, I'd be doing acrobatic moves here in front of the camera. Okay? Because that's how you seek attention. If I turn on the camera and I'm doing acrobatic moves. Okay? I'm just discussing serious stuff. Sassy, always good to see you, Sassy. See, Word is saying Tausif tells the truth. That is correct. I tell the truth. Oh, somebody is writing French here, addressed to. I don't know what it means because I, French is not my thing. That language. Mm, a lot of people are, not a lot, I should say. Some people come here and they complain about the chat. They complain about me. Well, if you don't like it, you can always turn it off and watch something else. You always can. If you don't listen to all those who don't like my live stream, here's a suggestion. If you don't like my live stream, then go watch Nancy Pelosi's speeches. Okay, if you don't like this live stream, if you don't like the discussion in the live chat, if you don't agree with my viewpoints, if you don't want to watch my video, if you don't like my teeth, my coat, if you don't like my background, if you don't like my hair, if you don't want to watch this video, you can go watch Nancy Pelosi's speeches. Go and search on YouTube, watch Nancy Pelosi's speeches or Joe Biden's speeches, okay? If that's what you like. All right. So here's what's going on. Kamala skipped the event, and I really have no idea why she skipped the event. What I think is she's in shock after the interview with Bret Baier. She's in shock, and that's why I think she's having a very bad time after that interview with Bret Baier. I mean, Bret Baier did such a great job during the interview. And Kamala Harris, her performance was extremely poor. Extremely poor performance by Kamala Harris. And so I think she's just trying to recover after that interview, which is why she is just trying to stay away from. Here's what I think is happening. I think she doesn't want to be in the same room or under the same roof as Donald Trump. She's trying to hide from Trump. That is what's happening. Because when she first got into the race, she thought that she's going to be the star. She's going to be the star of the season, and everyone's going to support her, and she's going to be rising in the polls, and she's going to be dominating the polls, and there'll be, tens of thousands of people watching her rallies, and there'll be, yard signs all over the country, Harris Walls, Harris Walls, Harris Walls, and everyone's going to be praising her, and she's going to be like the superstar. She's going to be the first female president. That is what Kamala Harris thought would happen. But then she's realizing the reality that her poll numbers are going down. She's not getting the support that she expects. People are walking away from the Democratic Party. People are walking away from Kamala Harris, and that the choice that she made in terms of a running mate, it's an extremely bad choice. Tim Walz is probably the worst running mate that Kamala Harris could have picked. And Kamala Harris is finally realizing, and after that interview with Bret Baier, Kamala was so embarrassed. Bret Baier was asking genuine questions, good questions. Bret Baier was presenting facts, and Kamala Harris just sat there not knowing what to say. And so she just kept blaming Trump. It's Trump's fault. Trump did this. It's Trump's fault. It's because of Trump, 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 Trump. Blame Trump. That is the strategy of the Democrats. They just want to blame Trump and blame Trump and blame Trump. And so finally, Kamala Harris is probably realizing what an embarrassment the Bread Bear interview was for her campaign. And now she's going down in the polls. Her numbers are falling. And she's struggling in the race for the White House. She knows that she's going to lose, and so she does not want to come face to face with Trump, which is why I think she skipped the Al Smith dinner. She doesn't want to be under the same roof with Trump. She doesn't want to face Trump. I think if she could, she would have left the race. That is what I think she must be feeling. Even if for once, I think it popped up in her mind at some point, like, oh my God, I wish I wouldn't have run. I think she regrets getting into the race. On one hand, Biden regrets dropping out, and Kamala Harris very likely regrets jumping into the race. And she doesn't want to face Trump. She does not want to face Trump. She knows. I think Kamala Harris is comparing herself with Hillary. And Kamala is realizing, you know what? Hillary lost. And Kamala knows that she's going to lose by an even bigger margin. Kamala Harris is going to lose against Donald J. Trump by a larger margin. Susan Parker is here. Susan Parker, so great to see you. Susan, I think it's been a while since you've been here. Susan Parker from North Carolina. Susan, thank you for being here. Susan writes, her polls are definitely dropping, LMAO. That is correct. Her polls are dropping. Dropping real quick. Going downhill real fast. 222 people watching this, my friends. Thank you. Help me reach more people. Help me reach a bigger audience. 113 likes so far. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so very much. I'm going to read some comments before I move forward here. And I'm going to drink my Ice Mountain water. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. A viewer named Bing, I don't want to say the whole thing, keeps writing Trump will deport Tassif. And you didn't even spell my name correctly. So many issues with spelling. So many issues with spelling. Okay. How does that feel? Bing has been timed out for 24 hours. A viewer writes, Tassif, which year you came to USA? See, that's a valid question. I came to the USA in 2007. If you want to ask me a follow-up question, you can. Ask me meaningful question. Ask me good question. Susan, once again, thanks for being here. Jess writes, go back. What do you mean by that, Jess? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by go back? All right. So Kamala Harris, in my humble opinion, in my analysis, according to my analysis, I think she's trying to avoid Trump. I think it is hard for her to face Trump and look at Trump in the eye, to shake hands with Trump. So she's trying to avoid Trump because she realizes with 20 days left to go that she is going to lose the 2024 presidential election. Who's going to lose the election? Kamala Harris. Now, I got to tell you this. Kamala Harris was in Wisconsin on Thursday. By the way, it's officially Friday now because we are past midnight, so it's October 18th here. But Kamala Harris, she was in Wisconsin on Thursday. She went to Milwaukee. She went to La Crosse. She went to Green Bay. She was in Wisconsin, but she skipped the Al Smith dinner. And reportedly, she is going to Michigan on Friday. Do you think she can win Michigan? I don't think she can win Michigan. I think she's going to lose Michigan. Kamala Harris can spend as much time as she wants in Michigan, but I think she's going to lose at the end of the night, November 5th. We're going to find out that Kamala Harris will lose in Michigan. Somebody's saying that I'm shouting. I am not shouting. I'm just very passionate. I'm very passionate about the things I say. I'm very passionate about expressing my political views. I'm very passionate about talking about the current affairs. I'm very passionate about discussing the issues that matter to us. We have to talk about the problems that we're facing. We're going to have to talk about the issues that we have in society. We have to discuss and come up with solutions. We have to discuss, we have to talk about the political candidates. And sometimes as I'm having these conversations, I get excited. And what you hear in my voice is the excitement, is the passion. I am not shouting. I am telling the truth. As Amanda just told you, Tausif tells the truth. All right, let's see some more comments. Okay. Swaggy writes, will Kamala lose Pennsylvania? Swaggy, I hope Kamala loses Pennsylvania. I sincerely hope Kamala loses Pennsylvania. I want her to lose Pennsylvania. I want her to lose Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is going to be the biggest prize on election night. You know, we talk about these battleground states, right? What are the battleground states? Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona. These are the battleground states. Really, I mean, when somebody says, what are the battleground states? You're going to start with Wisconsin and go down the list. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona. Now, I understand that some people say that North Carolina is also a battleground state, although I must tell you that in my humble opinion, I don't believe that North Carolina is a battleground state. Susan, I know you're from North Carolina. Do you think North Carolina is a battleground state? It is not. I think when you look at the race for the White House, North Carolina is solid red. That is what I think. I think North Carolina is safe. I think North Carolina is going to be voting for Trump overwhelmingly. I think Trump is going to win North Carolina. There are no questions about North Carolina. However, some people, some experts will tell you North Carolina is a battleground state. I don't think it is battleground. I think it is solid red. Trump's going to win North Carolina. So, Once again, just to recap, what are the battleground states? Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona. Now, for the 2024 election, we can add one state in the list of the battlegrounds, and I would say it is Nevada. Do you love Nevada? I love Nevada. I've been to Nevada, beautiful state. I've been to Vegas. I have not been to, other cities in Nevada, but I've been to Vegas. So I've been to Nevada many, many years ago. It's been a long time. I feel like going back to Nevada. I'd love to go to Nevada again. Really, would love to go to Nevada, but life's very busy. Life is very busy. So Nevada, I think, is a battleground state. Okay, and I think Trump's going to win Nevada. I'm very optimistic about Nevada. I've talked about Nevada before. I think in the race for the U.S. Senate, Sam Brown has some challenges, obviously, as he's running against Jackie Rosen, the incumbent Democrat. Sam Brown is the Republican. I hope Sam Brown wins. I've talked about Sam Brown's race. I've talked about Nevada. I think Trump's going to win Nevada. So that is a battleground that Trump's going to win. So if you want to expand the list of the battlegrounds, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, you can add Nevada, but not North Carolina. I think North Carolina, okay, is safe red. Okay. So Pennsylvania. Swaggy, I think it was you, right? You asked me about Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is going to be the biggest prize on election night. I am going to be waiting on election night. I'm going to be waiting to see the results coming from Pennsylvania. And what I want to see is a check mark next to Donald Trump's name, next to his picture. When talking about Pennsylvania, I want the media, the news channels to announce the projected winner in Pennsylvania is Donald Trump. That is what I want to see on election night, my friends. If Trump wins Pennsylvania, he wins the presidency. If Trump wins Pennsylvania, he wins the presidency. Swaggy writes yes. That is correct, Swaggy. Trump wins Pennsylvania, he wins the 2024 presidential election. And I hope he wins Pennsylvania. All right, let me pause for a second here. Juan wrote, Trump landslide. Yes, Trump should win in a landslide. That's what we hope for. Trump wins in a landslide. Somebody is writing, bro is crying. Do I look like I'm crying? I'm not crying. I'm trying to see the future. We cannot predict the future. But I'm trying to understand the possibilities. I'm trying to understand what the election night may be like. I'm trying to visualize how awesome it's going to be when we look at the screen, when we look at this TV screen on election night and we see a check mark next to Donald Trump's picture and the people on TV announcing, we have a projected winner. Breaking news. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We have a projected winner for Pennsylvania. It is Donald J. Trump. Isn't that going to be awesome? Who's here from Pennsylvania? Who's here watching this live stream from Pennsylvania? If you are from Pennsylvania, please write it. Okay, I see some viewers writing Pennsylvania. All right. Okay. Angie writes, tears of joy for Trump's sweeping victory. Absolutely. Tears of joy. Tears of joy, my friends, if Trump wins. And I hope he wins. Amanda writes, Ohio for Trump Vance 2024. Amanda, I gotta ask you, and maybe I've asked you this before. What part of Ohio you're from, Amanda? Would you write the city? A viewer writes, did you born in the US? So the viewer who's asking me that question, where are you from? I want to find out, where are you from? Where are you from? Amanda is from Northwest Ohio, near a big lake. Okay. All right, Amanda. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Amanda. Northwest Ohio, near a big lake. I think we know what lake that is, right? It's a beautiful lake, Lake Erie. I think we all know that. When you say big lake, we know that. Lake Erie. Okay. Okay, a viewer writes, did you born? Okay, I was not born in the United States. I was born in Bangladesh, in South Asia. Okay. And I came to the United States as a legal immigrant, and then I became a naturalized U.S. citizen. Amanda writes, no, not that big. Okay, all right, so it's not Lake Erie. Okay, all right. So some other lake, I'm guessing then. My friends, 130 likes on this video so far. We are 1 hour and 38 minutes into the live stream. 130 likes. It is because of your support. Thank you. By the way, I am pleased to inform you that I have now, with your support, overwhelming support, reached the 5,800 subscriber mark. Wouldn't it be nice if we could get to 6,000? But I know for that I need 200 more subscriptions. I don't know if I'm going to get 200 more subscriptions tonight, but let's keep that in mind. Ask your friends, ask your family members, ask your neighbors to subscribe. Subscribe, my friends. All right. 5,800 subscriber mark, a nice milestone, and it's because of your support that I've been able to get to this point, okay? Word writes, Alabama loves Trump and Tossif. Word, I gotta visit Alabama now. Word is writing, Alabama loves Trump and Tossif. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd love to visit Alabama. I've not been to Alabama. I have to visit Alabama. Dingo writes, love you, Tossif. Great show. Well, this show is great because of each and every one of you. This show is moving forward because of your support, because you tune in and you engage in the live chat and you subscribe and you hit the like button. Okay, let's see. You know, should I just block Captain Olimar? I'm gonna put this person in timeout. I really don't want to do it, but sometimes I just have to. Elix writes, you on TikTok? I'm not on TikTok. TikTok is not my thing. Okay? I know some people like it, not me. I'm not a fan of TikTok. Those who are, they can enjoy TikTok all day long. Doesn't matter. I'm not on TikTok. Okay? But I am on Truth Social. You know Truth Social, right? Truth Social. Do you love Truth Social? I'm on Truth Social. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. And I am on X. I love X, formerly known as Twitter. I am not on TikTok. All right? No TikTok for me. T-Man writes, I only see 47 likes. I don't know what you're looking at. Claudia writes, drill, baby, drill. Absolutely. That should be the energy policy. Drill, baby, drill. So I really think that the reason why Kamala, when I say Kamala, people are, some people say, oh, you're not pronouncing it correctly. I mean, how should I pronounce it? It is Kamala. The reason why Kamala did not attend the Al Smith dinner is because she doesn't want to face Trump. She already knows she's going to lose. She doesn't want to face Trump, and she doesn't have the confidence to face Trump. That's why she stayed away from the Al Smith dinner. And, what can I say about her decision? What can I say? It's her decision. By the way, let's see how many people voted in the poll that I'm running. The question is, do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? 56% said yes. Name is writing the pronunciation of Kamala. It is Kamala. That's how you pronounce it, Kamala. I know she does it differently, but I say Kamala. Kamala Harris. I think I should block Fallway back. Right? Fallway, should I put Fallway back in timeout? I don't know. Maybe I should, right? Maybe I should. All right. Fallway back has been timed out for 24 hours. You can applaud. You can applaud if you want to. Kyle Sherman. Kyle, it seems like you may be on your way to a timeout if you keep writing comments like that. You know what? I have been tolerant enough. I'm gonna put user in timeout. Kyle Sherman timed out. Michael Brown is applauding. Thank you, Michael Brown. Claudette writes, when you throw disrespect, Toss, people will disrespect you. Why did you say I'm throwing disrespect? Why do you say I'm throwing disrespect? First of all, I don't disrespect anyone. Okay, I don't disrespect people. I respect people. I always emphasize the importance of respecting people. I do not disrespect people. And secondly, you cannot throw disrespect. Disrespect is not an object, it's not a ball. We're not playing baseball here, that you're going to throw a ball. Throw disrespect. You can't throw disrespect. Okay? It's not a sport. How can you throw it? Is disrespect an object? Like I've got my mouse here for my computer. Like this is an object that I can throw. I'm not going to throw it because, if I do, then it's going to break and I'm going to have to buy another one. Okay? I'm not going to do it, but you can't throw disrespect. Okay? It's not a ball. It's not an object. It's not a, whatever. And most importantly, I don't disrespect people. I don't. Claudette, you are saying, yes, you do, toss if you know exactly. No, I don't, Claudette. I'm talking to you. I don't disrespect people. I always emphasize, always emphasize the importance of respect. Respect. That's how I was raised. I was taught to respect people. I never disrespect people. I respect people. I show respect. I treat people with respect. Claudette, can't you see that? Can't you see that, Claudette? Where are you, Claudette? I'm not seeing your comment. I don't see any comments from Claudette unless I'm missing it. That's okay. We're going to move forward. Claudette writes, toss if you know exactly what you're doing, same as Trump, then hide in the sand. Claudette, you have to be a little bit more clear. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Claudette, what I do on this channel is I talk about law and order. I talk about law and order. I talk about the Constitution. I talk about freedom. I talk about the importance of enforcing the law. I talk about protecting our border. I talk about making America energy independent. I talk about strengthening our relationship with our international allies. I talk about protecting people's freedom. I talk about helping the American citizens who are in need. So, when did I disrespect anyone? When did I disrespect people? I don't understand it. Claudette, you have to understand that I support, just like many other viewers here, I support law and order. I support the men and women in uniform. I support the men and women in blue. I support our law enforcement agencies. I bag the blue. I bag the badge. Give me 1 second, my friends. I gotta show you something. See this? See this band? You know what it means? You see this band? Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means? Tell me what this means. You see? Black and blue? What does it mean? Yeah, pro-police. Pro police, absolutely. Thin blue. Swaggy writes, I back the blue. Amanda writes, I support the blue. Police support. Dingo writes, police support. Sassy writes, support our police. Yeah, I have this right here on my desk, in my drawer, right here, where I've got my wallet and my phone and my watch and my car keys. I've got this right here. See? I'm going to put it on. See this? Support the police. Okay, support the police. Pro police. Support the men and women in blue. Claudia Greenwood writes, Trump supports our police. Absolutely. Swaggy writes, I bag the blue, I bag the badge. Angie writes, pro police. Absolutely. Trump supports. Donald Trump supports the men and women of law enforcement. Donald Trump supports the men and women of the military. You know what's going to happen if Trump becomes the president? If Trump becomes the president, then he is going to provide tremendous support for law enforcement agencies, because Trump wants the law enforcement agencies to have the resources that they need to combat crime. What did we see since Joe Biden and Kamala Harris came to power? What did we see when the Biden-Harris administration came to power? We saw a rise in crime. We saw communities being affected by rising crime. Lawlessness. Look at what the Biden-Harris administration did by bringing in millions and millions and millions of illegal immigrants. The illegal immigrants are now causing havoc. They are committing crimes. They are creating unrest in different communities. We hear news after news after news of illegal immigrants causing trouble. They're breaking the law. They are disrespecting the people in society. The illegal immigrants don't care about our laws. And they are getting used to receiving taxpayer-funded benefits. We, the American taxpayers, we see our dollars being taken away to provide housing, food, and other services to the illegal immigrants. We cannot allow that to happen, and that's why we got to vote for Trump, because Trump supports the rule of law. Trump supports the rule of law. Do you agree with me? Swaggy writes, yes. Do you agree? Angie writes, yes. Claudia writes, illegal immigrants got to go. Yes, yes, yes. Illegal immigrants got to go. By the way, I see lots of new viewers here. Let's do another exercise. Write the name of the city and state that you are from. Write the name of the city and state that you are from. Or write the name of the country if you are from outside the United States. Let's see who's here, because I see lots of new names. Fred writes Southern Indiana. Tin writes Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. A viewer writes San Francisco, California. Claudia is in High Point, North Carolina. Tone is from Philly. Another viewer is from Washington State. Conrad is from Mexico. Okay. Thailand is from USA. Andrea is from Los Angeles. Sarah is from Cameron County, Pennsylvania. A viewer is from Philippines, and Air Force is from Pennsylvania. Charlie is from Hollywood, California. How are things in Hollywood, Charlie? How are things in Hollywood? I would love to see more Hollywood celebrities support Trump, like Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid is awesome. Michael Brown is from sunny Melbourne, Australia. We love Australia. I keep saying that Australia, great ally. New Zealand, great ally. The UK, great ally. Canada, great ally. Jeffrey is from Southeast Michigan. Okay. So Jeffrey is from a battleground state, Southeast Michigan. Johnny's from India. Okay. 150 likes with your support. Thank you. Thank you, my friends. 1 hour, 56 minutes into the live stream and 150 likes. That is so great. By the way, if you have not subscribed yet, will you please subscribe? I would appreciate that if you did. Susan is from Thomasville, North Carolina. Susan, thank you, Susan. How are things in Thomasville? Susan, were you affected by the flooding? Susan? Were you affected by the flooding? Susan writes, no, because I'm in central North Carolina. Okay, Susan. Susan, so glad that you're safe. But you know, my friends, we have to continue to pray for those who were affected by the hurricanes and the flooding and all the other problems. We have to continue to pray for those people whose lives have been severely impacted because of the natural disasters. Many lives lost. We have to continue to pray for the departed souls, and we have to continue to pray for the families, the people who lost their loved ones, okay? So many people need help. By the way, my friends, if there's a way for you to help those who are affected by the natural disasters, please help them out, okay? By volunteering your time, by making financial contributions, however you want to do it, by raising awareness, please help those who were affected by the natural disasters, the hurricanes, Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Milton, okay? Please help those, our fellow Americans out, help them. And let's continue to pray, okay? Let's keep them in our thoughts and in our prayers. Suzanne writes prayers. Absolutely. We need to pray. Swaggy writes prayers. Let's see who's here. Scott writes, Trump for president will happen. I'm trying to keep up with the live chat. Lots of comments coming in. Oh, we actually just reached the 2-hour time mark. How time flies. 2 hours passed, my friends. More than 2 hours. Can we all hit the like button? Would you please do that? Word rice, Tosif tells the truth. Okay, Mark writes, third time I'm going to ask, what state are you in, sir? Mark, I am in a very wonderful state. So, Mark, I got to tell you, I'm in a very wonderful state, which is known as America's Dairyland. It is also known as the Badger State. Okay, do you know which state I'm talking about? I'm talking about Wisconsin. I live in Wisconsin, America's Dairyland. So if you love cheese, if you love dairy products, okay, if you love cheese curds or just, fresh milk, whatever, butter, come to Wisconsin. Amazing state, America's Dairyland. That's where I live. I live in Wisconsin. Cheeseheads. Jim wrote cheeseheads. Absolutely, Jim. Cheeseheads, okay? Jim writes the Bears. Jim wants to take the conversation towards sports, right, Jim? The Packers versus the Bears. A viewer writes, are you voting for Trump or Kamala? I'm voting for Trump. Donald J. Trump. Donald John Trump. That's my candidate. That's the leader we need. Lots of comments coming in, friends. By the way, 163 likes. Do you think we can get to 200? Do you think that's possible? 164? Can we get to 200? I think we can. I think we can with your support. By the way, ask me questions now. Whatever I had to say, I think I did. But I'm happy to answer your questions. I will tell you that it seems to me that Donald Trump is spending more time in New York than Kamala Harris. I mean, I thought New York is a blue state, but Donald Trump is spending a lot of time there, but Kamala Harris is not. What's going to happen? Overwhelmingly, New Yorkers will vote for Trump because they see that Trump cares. Kamala does not. Nicholas writes, what's your favorite thing about Kamala? Nothing. Okay? I don't have an answer to that. Susan Parker writes, go Trump. Absolutely. Crazy writes, Tosif, please stop yelling. LOL. I'm not yelling. Okay. There's a viewer who's being disruptive. The viewer is going for timeout. $169. Wow. 31 more likes and we can get to 200. It is very important actually. You know why it's important? Because the more you like this video, the more this video is going to appear in front of more people. The more people will watch this, the more people are likely to subscribe and become a part of this community. And when this community grows in size, then that means that our message of peace, prosperity, and freedom is reaching more people. So that's why, my friends, it is important that you like this video. 171 likes. Let's get 29 more before I end the live stream. Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible? If not, that's okay. But I think it is possible. Briggs writes, I like butter chicken. Okay. If you want to talk about food recipes, I can do that, but probably not today, right? Jess writes, how many 7-Elevens do you own? 0. The answer is 0. Don't ask me that question. What makes you think I own 7-Elevens? I mean, really, some ridiculous comments I get here. Um, Trey writes, what is this video about? Well, we are 2 hours, 7 minutes into this video. So if you want to, if you missed the discussion, then you'll have to go back and replay this video. This channel is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. And so, not only do I present facts and figures and data and share my thoughts and views on social and political issues, but I also read people's comments and I read their thoughts, their viewpoints, and I also answer questions to the best of my ability. Trey writes, how do you rewind live stream? Well, you just scroll back to the start of the video, okay? That's what you do. Very easy. A viewer writes, do you like naan? Yes. Naan is a very wonderful bread, and I like it. I definitely like naan. A viewer writes, butter chicken or shahi paneer? Okay. I would say chicken korma. Okay, not butter chicken, not shahi paneer. If you ask me what I like chicken korma. I make really good korma, chicken korma at home, okay? Susan Parker writes, do you know how to make cornbread? Susan, unfortunately, I don't know how to make cornbread. If you want to share a recipe or how you make it, that'd be good. Okay, let's do one thing, my friends. I think I'm gonna wrap up this live stream. Let's do one thing. Let's show our support for Trump 2024. Can we? Trump 2024. See? All you have to do, if you want to understand the momentum, if you want to understand how enthusiastically people support Trump, if you want to understand why I keep saying that Trump's going to win, if you want to understand the love that people have for Trump, if you want to understand how Trump is gaining new supporters every single day, you are going to have to see how many people support Trump in the live chat window. Overwhelming support for Trump in the live chat window. Overwhelming. It really is overwhelming. Awesome. So my friends, let's see how many viewers, how many people responded to the poll question. Let's take a look at that, okay? All right. So the question was, do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? Okay, the choices are yes and no. Let me end the poll. 750 votes and 53% said yes, 46% said no. Okay, so the question that I asked was, do you think that Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race? 752 votes, actually. Hold on, I'm going to correct that. I thought 750. 752 votes in. 53% of people said yes, meaning yes, Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the presidential race. So 752 people voted, 53% said yes, 46% said no. I think it's pretty obvious that Biden regrets dropping out. Okay. Claudette writes, Biden dropping out does not matter. Kamala is running. Claudette, Biden dropping out actually does matter. You know why it matters? Because the fact that Biden dropped out, it shows that the Democrat Party, although they call themselves the Democrat Party, but they don't believe in democracy. They do not believe in democracy. And why am I saying that? Because what the Democrats did, the party elites, the high-profile political figures in the Democratic Party, the big donors, you know what they did? They applied pressure on Joe Biden to drop out. They applied pressure. Biden did not want to drop out. They applied pressure. And let's remember, Biden, I don't like Biden. I'm not a fan of Biden. Okay, I think Biden is a very, very poor president. He's a failed president. But the facts are the facts. And the fact is that Joe Biden qualified through the primary process. Joe Biden received votes from Democrat voters in the primary. And what they did is the Democrat Party, they hijacked the nomination from Joe Biden. The Democrat Party, which calls themselves the Democrat Party, right? It's supposed to be a party of democracy, but it is not. They used pressure to compel Joe Biden, to force Joe Biden to leave the presidential race. So this shows tremendous hypocrisy. The Democratic Party is a party of hypocrisy. I'm going to write it. The Democrat Party is a party of hypocrisy. The Democrat Party is a party of hypocrisy. Do you agree with me when I say that? When I say that the Democrat Party is a party of hypocrisy, do you agree with me, my friends? If you do, let me know if you do. So it does matter. So Claudette, when you're saying that Joe Biden dropping out doesn't matter, it does matter because history, this is history. People years from now will remember how the Democrat Party forced Joe Biden to drop out. They forced Joe Biden to drop out of the race. He didn't want to do it. And then what happened? And then what happened? Then what happened? So Joe Biden was forced to drop out. The Democrat Party after that could have had a competitive process. The Democrat Party could have announced that, hey, there's going to be a competitive process. There will be candidate town halls and there will be debates and the voters will be able to decide who should be the Democrat Party nominee. After Joe Biden left the race, the Democrat Party could have had a competitive process, but that's not what they did. They basically gave the nomination to Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was handpicked by the Democrat machine. That's why it's called the machine. You know why it's called the Democrat machine? Because a machine does not have any emotions. A machine doesn't have any feelings. A machine cannot separate right from wrong. A machine just does what a machine is supposed to do. And when people say the Democrat Party machine, what they are referring to is the Democrat Party machine that doesn't have any feelings, that doesn't judge right versus wrong, that doesn't have any sentiments. The Democrat Party machine just does what it wants to do. And it doesn't care about what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, what should happen, what should not happen. That's the Democrat Party machine. The party just wants to stay in power. That's what the machine is supposed to do. The Democrat Party, they just want to stay in power. They're power-hungry people. Hunger for power. That's all they care about. They care about political power. They don't care about the American people. The Democrat Party doesn't care about the American people. And how do we know that? One example, the biggest example, the border crisis. The Democrat Party created, the Democrat politicians created the border crisis. And the Democrat politicians are taking money away from the pockets of American citizens and using those taxpayer funds to fund services for the illegal immigrants. That is a big example. And so what did the Democrat Party machine do? They did not create a competitive process. They just gave the nomination to Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris did not earn it. Kamala Harris did not have to qualify. Kamala Harris was handpicked by the ruthless Democrat Party machine. Do you agree with me? If you agree with me, write agree. Write agree. Let me see in the live chat window if you agree with me, my friends. Write agree. And then I'll know that you agree with me. Ava Robinson writes agree. Lots of agree. Heidi Smith writes agree. Mike writes agree. Yerson writes agree. Benjamin writes agree. Dingo writes agree. Dan writes agree. Angie writes Democrats hate true democracy. Democrats hate democracy. Nanny writes agree. Claudia Greenwood writes agree. Tommy Brown Jr. writes agreed. Rosalie writes agreed. Word writes, Tossif tells the truth. Thank you. Ivan writes, agree. Thank you so very much for your support, for agreeing with me. Gerlina writes, agree. Thank you. My friends, subscribe if you have not done so already. Please subscribe. My friends, I will bring this live stream to an end today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate it. I blocked a bunch of people today who were causing disruption in the live chat. Thank you so very much for supporting this channel. You know, those who cause disruption, it's a small minority, small number of people, but overwhelmingly, people are supporting this channel. People are here for constructive dialogue. People are here to have discussion. People are here to share the facts. People understand that this channel is about the truth. This channel is about the power of the truth, my friends. We will continue to discuss social and political issues, both domestic and international. Thank you so very much for supporting this channel. I need 6 more likes to hit 200. I'm wrapping up this live stream. Can I get 6 more likes? Can I get to 200 over the next 60 seconds? Do you think it's possible? If it's not, that's okay. That is okay. That is okay. Next time, perhaps. Thank you so very much for supporting. I truly appreciate each and every one of you for supporting this channel, for your overwhelming good wishes and support and love. Thank you. 199 likes. I just need one more. One more, my friends. One more like. 201. Thank you. Thank you for helping me reach the 200 like milestone for this video. Sherry is here. Hello, Sherry. Thank you for being here, Sherry. Sherry from Racine, right? Thank you. Okay, my friends, it has been such a pleasure. We're getting close to the 2-hour, 30-minute time mark. It's 2-hour, 23 minutes already. Thank you so very much. I will end this live stream. But please come back for a new live stream. I will try to do one on Friday night. It's already Friday early morning. I'll try to do one Friday at 11 p.m. Central Time. So stay connected with me. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for your overwhelming support. All right. Have a wonderful night, and I'll be back again soon. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Let's vote for Donald Trump 2024, and let's make America great again. I'm going to have to write it before I go. Make America great again. Make America great again. Thank you so very much, my friends. Have a wonderful night. Thank you. Bye-bye.